going to be going through the Navigate property management experience. There are 5 things. The 5th one is my favorite, so stick around to hear number 5. It's going to be like, yes, Ernesto, 100%.
You saved the day.
You're going to agree. You're going to agree 100%. We get to do that with landlords. That's one side of it. We also get to do that with residents. We're creating a safe haven of sorts. This is where people are living.
The Heroes Complex has affected how we do everything. The clients that we get to work with, the property managers, the resident coordinators, and even the vendors.
Welcome, friends and family, to the Navigate Property Management Show, episode 4, number 4.
4.
I'm Ernesto.
I'm Judy.
We're excited you're here for a few reasons.
We are.
The number one reason is that we're going to be going through the Navigate property management experience.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, this is like the thing that we do every day, right?
Yeah.
And we've worked really hard to make sure, you've worked really hard, ops, to make sure that the Navigate property management experience is smooth, is seamless, is obvious, is painless, right? And we take it for granted, honestly.
Yeah, it's taken us a few years to really establish the operational procedures, the process, the workflow, whatever typical phrase that you want to insert here, go ahead and insert it. But we've taken a few years to establish the operation, how we do it, why we do it, and it started with why.
That's so true.
It started with why.
We're people, right? So if you come work with Navigate, you're gonna understand that we're people. But
it's true.
we love you.
No,
let's be friends.
It's really, we love hard, and when people leave us, and listen, we can't make everybody happy. That's the reality. No. When people leave us, we're like traumatized. Wait.
Why?
What do you mean? Hey, what happened? We love you.
Yes.
So
it's true. And even, we can admit mistakes. We know that mistakes happen, but we really strive for excellence. And I think even in the midst, when someone decides to do something different or sell a property or go a different direction, we look at, like for us, the relational equity that we feel like we've created with a client. We feel it. And if we feel like somebody else doesn't have that same level of relational equity and they decide to go a different direction, we take it pretty hard.
Yes. One of the things that we truly, in our DNA, for whatever reason, this is just how the Lord just created us. Yeah. Right? It's in our DNA, is to see other people succeed. Not just do well, but crush it. Like seeing them go through the steps of success.
Right.
And we get to do that with landlords.
We do.
Right? That's one side of it. We also get to do that with residents, right? Because we're creating a safe haven of sorts. This is where people are living, where they rest, right? Do some of the most intimate. They do the most intimate things, right? Yes. Whether it's having dinner with the family,
bringing your newborn baby home,
right? Bringing it, So for us, it's important that we're able to hit on all the levels, even going to vendors, helping them thrive within the local community. And that's part of our values, right? To be an intricate part of the local community, to be good citizens, to impact our community, our city, our neighbors, right? We genuinely enjoy doing that.
We do.
And I know you enjoy doing it.
I do.
And I hear it in obviously, you're my wife, so I see it day to day, how you lead our children, how you lead clients, how you lead residents. When you step in, we had a renewal one time where a resident was like extremely frustrated, and Judy was like, why would she be frustrated with us? I'm going to call her right now. I'm like, sweetie, you're an executive, right? But your willingness to step in, regardless, you could have said, well, I'm busy doing X, Y, Z. I'm signing up these clients. I have a public speaking engagement, right? Whatever it may be. And it's, no, let me call this resident and solve that problem and make them feel like, okay, this is my home and I need to renew and I need to stay here.
Yeah, I think that respect, especially for residents that or owners that are consistent and in general have been very trusting of Navigate. Okay, that resident had been here for a long time.
Yes.
We put a new system in place with our renewals, and she was uncomfortable with basically having someone come into her home and take pictures, right? And we talked, and believe it or not, she did what we talked about. I was like, just put some sheets over the stuff in your house that children's things. It's personal. It's fine. We just need to make sure the house is okay.
Those things feel invasive.
They
right?
do.
A lot of times.
I know. And in some senses, I get that. You've lived here for a long time. This is your home, and somebody you don't know, or maybe someone you've never really met, is walking through your house. I get it. So we want to be respectful.
I don't have the greatest resting face. People just feel like I look mean. So yeah, it can be intimidating sometimes.
Yeah.
Have some random guy show up at your house, knock on the door, or any of our other property managers.
Yes.
That's just the reality.
So the Navigate experience, Ernesto spent a lot of time looking at our why and then infusing that into our how. Ernesto, tell us a little bit about what is the why and how that ended up really impacting how we created the Navigate experience.
Yeah, that's a good question. For us, it took a little bit of time to figure out what is our why. And I feel like every entrepreneur, every business person needs to go down this journey. And for us, we landed, and it was crystal clear that we landed that our why is having a hero's complex. That's our why. Like, why do we get up in the morning? We want to save the day. We wrestle with a hero's complex. We want to save the day. And it's interesting because since we've established that why, we've been bringing in people who struggle with the same thing. And for whatever reason, how we've inserted our questions and how we go through the process of bringing in a new team member, we've been able to identify individuals who struggle and wrestle with the same thing.
Yeah.
And the outlet has been property management.
Yes.
It really has, because we're dealing with people's intimate space. We're dealing with people's bottom line, right? Or a landlord or a property owner who, for whatever reason, they're being moved out of state. They really want to keep their house. And they're forced to rent out their house because
how do I save this? How do I make the best out of this situation?
Yeah. And we want our heart to be in it. We don't want this to be a financial transaction. We want this to be a relational transaction. This needs to be a relational transaction. That's the one. We need to be able to jump into what we need to talk about right now.
The Navigate experience, our heroes complex, has affected how we do everything, the clients that we get to work with, and also the property managers and the resident coordinators and even the vendors that we get to work with. So this is deep, y'all. Goes all the way through.
Yes. And we need to get into it because there are 5 things. The 5th one is my favorite. So stick around to hear number 5. It's going to be like, yes, Ernesto, 100%.
You saved the day.
You're going to agree 100%. But this is the Navigate property management experience. And we've broken it down into 5 steps.
We have number 1, step 1.
Numero uno.
Step number 1.
The initial phone call.
And
what is the goal? What are you trying to accomplish during the initial phone call?
Really, there is a singular, simple goal with that initial phone call. And it is, are we going to be able to work together? Tell me about yourself. Let me get to know you and your family, your property. How do you guys function? Are we as Navigate going to be able to provide the services that you're looking for? Is this going to work? So that's number 1. It's simple. The goal is on our initial phone call to find out if we are going to be able to work together well and if Navigate is going to provide the services that you are looking for.
Yes. And on the logistical level, because on the relational level, it's important, right?
It is.
Are we compatible?
Yeah, are we compatible?
Does this work? There are hundreds of property management companies, so.
There are.
But are we compatible?
Are we compatible relationally? Yes. And also, are we compatible with our services? Navigate is turnkey. Navigate is I can't probably say any hotel names, but Navigate is the full service hotel. You show up, it's there, you take care of it. You move over here, they tell you what's happening.
Yeah.
That's Navigate. We're turnkey.
We are a boutique-like experience.
I would say
For
boutique
sure.
is, this is more of like white glove. I like that. Yeah. Navigate is the white glove property management
and our tagline
solution.
is personal one-on-one property management, because we appoint a property manager to you as the landlord. For us, that says a lot.
It does. And again, with that turnkey service, some property management companies do what we consider co-management, where that property manager is more like a personal assistant. You're calling the shots and they're doing what you say. Here at Navigate, our property managers are not personal assistants. They are truly managing an investment. Think about when you send your money over to a financial manager. You're not calling them and telling them what to do. They are taking care of this investment for you.
Yes.
Yeah. And at Navigate, that's what our property managers do.
Yes, that's really good, Judy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Step number 2.
Deuce.
No, you got it.
I got it.
Dose. Proposal for management.
Yes. So
Proposal for management.
I love this part because this means that we've gone through the initial phone call and we've both said, yeah, I'd love to hear more. And or the client has said, I'd love to hear more. And I've said, I would love to tell you more. So at this point, we send over a proposal for management. There are discussions surrounding our management and leasing agreement.
Yes.
And then we also highlight specifically our 3 major service prongs. We keep it real simple. Okay.
So 3 major service prongs.
3
It's like a
major
power cord is the visual that I got.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Yes, our
giving
3
your
prongs
investment life
with the 3 prongs,
3 prongs
from Navigate. But yeah, we can, and as well as I do, a lot of property management companies have random things that pop up outside of major areas, but we don't do that.
Yes.
3 areas.
So what's the 3 major prongs?
Here we go. The first one is property management. Day-to-day property management of your property.
That was straight, very.
But
to the point.
Seriously though, what all do our property managers do day to day?
Listen, there's a slew of things that our property managers do. Troubleshooting work orders, right? Maintenance requests, things of that nature. Move-in evaluations where we're walking the property to make sure the resident has a home to move in that is clean
so
and
many
secure,
evaluations.
Right? Move out evaluations. How did the resident leave the property?
Yeah.
What's going on? We got to go through the security deposit process. So those are some of the day-to-day tasks that go into the day-to-day property management. What's the second one?
The second one then is leasing.
Leasing, right?
Close to my heart. I love leasing. I love talking to people. I love our leasing managers, getting to know our new residents. Guys, the number of times that we get an email, a call, a text, whatever, saying, oh my goodness, I love this home so much. I really hope that I get in. And it's our pleasure to be able to say, we don't pick and choose. If you meet the qualifications, which we've talked about before, our qualifications are pretty high, but if you meet the qualifications, we would love to welcome you into this home. So that's the second one.
And what's the third?
I was gonna say.
No.
He thought I was
need to be
talking.
able to be the one to ask.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
So number 3. Number 3.
Uno, dos, tres. Sure.
Good job.
Number 3 are renewals. So this is seriously one of the most shining star type stickers that Navigate has when it comes to production.
Shining star stickers.
It's a sticker.
That deserves a close-up mic thing.
Sticker is renewals. So Navigate has an 87% renewal rate. That means of every 100 properties every year that are occupied, 87 of those properties will renew.
That's a good stat, by the way.
That is phenomenal, y'all. The industry standard in North Texas is about 65%. That's the average. Whoa. On average, 65 out of 100 people renew their lease every year. Navigate's at 87%, and it's not because we're just letting people live like crazy. Just like we have relationships with our clients, we have relationships with our residents.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Hit it right on.
So 87% renewal rate, those are the 3 things that have to do with our proposal for management, and then our major service prongs that we talk through and make sure we're on the same page.
What's one of my favorite things about doing this show?
What?
Is that we get to be transparent. We get to be authentic.
True.
Right? We do spend time on the back end trying to put our points together, but I genuinely want us to be able to process during the show, even to challenge us to say, what are our services? What do we offer? And that kind of stretches us and it challenges us, right? To be able to say, is it, and this is why it's important, is it part of our DNA? Can I reiterate, can I communicate to you the services that we offer? So I love that.
I do too. And I also love that as we are defining that and setting it out plainly for Navigate, I really hope that it is defining and setting out plainly for other landlords out there or even other property managing companies that aren't also in DFW, because we got this. But who you are and what you do and why you do it.
Yes. So far, step number 1, the initial phone call, right? Step number 2, proposal for management. Discussing our agreement and the 3 service prongs, right? And now, step number 3, when we've gone over these things and we have an owner who's signed the agreement, congratulations, then we insert you into step number 3, which is the onboarding process.
And this process brings me so much joy. This step brings me so much joy.
Why?
Because to me, that says that we have an understanding. To me, this is like we've gone through the first couple of dates and we've seen the movies, and now we're like, you know what? We're ready to go steady. If you're real serious about it at this point, like we're married in investment real estate.
You're in an agreement. There's liability. It's multi-layered. So
this is my favorite part because I get to get that agreement signed and then really pass you over to the professionals in property management.
You're a professional.
I am a professional.
But what you're referring to is
the people that are in it day to day.
Yeah, the day-to-day grind. Listen, the business development process is fun. It's sales, right?
It is.
Oh, we're excited. So,
we ran a sprint, and now I'm about to pass you over to the marathon runners, like the guys that. It's like, how do they do that? Yes. And gals, of course.
So the agreement is officially signed, which is amazing. Yep. Now you're going to be introduced to your property manager.
Yes.
And the back office. So the property manager is really going to focus on the relational aspect, right? Hey, tell me a little bit about yourself. Very similar to the business development process, but it's important for the client and the property manager to connect, and then they transition over to understanding the ins and outs of the property. Okay, back office at this point is they're collecting documents.
Right, insurance,
it's so
HOA.
fun. Send me all the documents, right? HOA, maybe something unique about utilities. We have cities that are just like
very special.
Yeah, they're just very unique. And of course, the property manager is going to arrange to come and walk the property. We need to get familiar with the property. Is there gas going to the property? Where's the main water line, right? All of these different things that are extremely important for the property management process.
Tell me what our property managers are experts at that really shines through during this MSU.
Property code.
Bing, bing, bing.
I was like, I really hope.
I can see his face. He was like,
property code is.
Do I know this one? Property
what
code.
We're going after here. Property code, yeah. Just the safety and the security of the resident, right? The state of Texas specifically, and any other state have something called the property code. And you want to make sure you're meeting the expectations of the property code. Some of the most common are window locks. Do they open and close? Can you lock them? Yeah. Smoke detectors in major bedrooms and the hallways that lead to them. And peepholes and keyless deadbolts, right? You can use this little slash thing. What is that called?
The door chain?
Yeah, the chain.
Yeah,
that's not
the chain thing.
No, that's not. You want your resident. Listen, guys, landlords, listen to me seriously. You want to get your resident a keyless deadbolt. It just feels secure. They feel there's just the little chain thing. You're not in a motel. Just stop it. Knock it off. Stop. Anyway. Anything
keyless
else?
Deadbolts, property code, MSUs.
Yes.
Your property manager. Yeah. At this point, the property manager has met you, right? They know about the property, but they're going to meet the property.
Yeah.
All of our property managers always go on site to that property so they know each other.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes.
Yes. Step number 4, the listing process. Once your property manager has gone out, looked at the property, we get some professional listing photos taken. It is time to find your resident. I'm going to try to keep this streamlined so that Ernesto can get to his big bang number 5. All right.
Numero 5.
I really am. So we have actually already talked a lot about the leasing process. Listing is an art, people. There is a reason that the majority of real estate agents are buyer's agents. Because if you're going to be a listing agent and do it well, you're going to have a little sparkle in there. So when we're listing a property, we're taking excellent photos, writing really amazing write-ups, highlighting all the best things about your property, and then we are wanting to attract the most qualified residents. How do we do that? By presenting the qualifications up front. We want to get to know you. These are the things that we need to see when you apply.
Can I insert something here real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Attracting the qualified residents is also about the condition of the property. That is extremely important. It's very valuable to make sure that the overall condition of the property is presentable. Yes. You don't want to go around not ready to show your property because depending on the condition of the property, those are the type of individuals you're going to attract. That's extremely important. What else do landlords get during this process, the listing process?
We are going to monitor those showings. We reach out to you every Wednesday with a full report on how those showings are going, any sort of feedback that we're getting.
Those are really helpful. I like those.
Yeah, it's good. It comes right to you. Then your leasing manager is going to reach out and say, this is some additional information. This is what I'm seeing that's great. This is maybe some stuff that we could improve upon. It's wonderful. So you still get to be a part of that listing process and know what's going on with your property. Yeah. Finally, we process those applicants, and when we find a qualified resident, we extend a lease, collect that security deposit, as well as if there's rent or prorated rent, that all gets paid basically upfront. So again, we have high expectations for those individuals that are going to be moving into homes managed by Navigate. And then from there, we move towards the resident move-in. This is one of the portions that we call passing the baton here at Navigate. So our leasing team now passes that baton back to the property manager. And Ernesto, what happens?
This is the reality of property management, right? We can make it sound as fun as we want, but here's the reality. The logistics of property management. We want to make sure everyone is up to par, okay? Everyone's covered, insurance, utilities. Did you pay your security deposit? Did you pay your prorated rent? All of it. We want it all, and we want it now. And then, listen, are we ready to go to step number 5? Or
I'm ready.
Do you have anything else
I'm ready for it.
Step number 4?
This is also my personal favorite step.
Okay. Step number 5. So you want to announce step number 5?
I don't.
Step number 5, Judy, you need to announce it.
I get to do it?
Yes.
Cash flow.
Yes.
Show me the money. The consistent, paid on time rent money.
Yes.
Because we did well in the first 4 steps, number 5.
You reap the benefits.
That's where it's at.
You reap the benefits. And we love step number 5. And we love doing these shows.
We're
throwing it down, providing info. And this is what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Our why. Right? We love to see leaders develop. We love to see people develop. We love to be able to provide value. And we get to do this through this channel, which is absolutely amazing. To see people win and not have to lose in different areas. They can win. They can learn from our mistakes, which is absolutely phenomenal.
And learn from
lots of money.
Our knowledge.
Yes.
Like, not just mistakes. First of all, not just mistakes. We've done a lot of things right, but because of the support that we've had in the investment community. So we want to share that.
Yes. So it's time to wrap up. You know what you need to do. You need to like, you need to subscribe, you need to share, and you need to comment.
Thank you. We'll talk to you again next week.
Bye.